What's up? What's up? Hey, it's Friday night. Let's talk some dogs. Anything dog, everything dog. I am Party Boy Woods. Come here Friday nights when I can. Not every Friday night, but when I can, when I have some free time, when I can make it. And we talk and everything and anything dog. So, that's any questions that might come up. Um, what's and that could be any type of dog again. It comes down to health, temper, training, um, food. I guess that's in health, but yeah, obviously health comes down to everything, bone structure, everything, east westy, stuff like that. But yeah, we're just talking dogs, man. Merry Christmas to everyone. I know, it's over, but it's still the holidays. Happy holidays to everyone. We just came here to have some fun. If you got any questions, just post a comment, leave them in the chat, and we'll get to it. 101, Merry Christmas, my guy. Merry Christmas, bro. I'm just on here, just having a little fun with it. Just having a little fun with it. Nothing special. How are you though? How are you? How's the dogs? How's the family? How's the wife? When it comes to me, my dogs are good. My family's good. Kids are good. Wife is good. Mom's is good. She's in Aruba right now with her friends enjoying Christmas. So everything's good. Everything's good, man. Shout out to 101 Kennels. If you don't know, I know tonight's just dog talk in general, but 101 Kennels is some of the top dogs in the Patterdale world. If you rock with the Patterdale and know what the Patterdale is. If you don't, you don't. You know. Dapper Trapper. Merry Christmas, bro. Merry Christmas. We just in here having fun, Dapper. Talking dogs. Anything that might come up. Anything that might come up. We just in here talking dogs, having fun, bro. Had a little extra time on my hands. Why not come in here and talk dogs, talk what we love with y'all and then whoever else wants to lock in. But yeah, man, if you got a dog, got some questions, or you thinking about getting a dog, got some questions on that dog. There's people like 101 Kennels, there's people like me, there's people like Dapper Trap in here that might be able to give you some answers, some personal answers that way too. Some of us have been through it when it comes to sicknesses and health and fitness and things like that when it comes to the dog. But yeah. Let me ask you this. I had a friend the other day that has a dog, and his dog, I think it's a girl, but she's dealing with a thing called pillow foot. 101 Dapper Trapper, anyone in here locked in? Have you guys ever heard of pillow foot and having any experience with it, or you know what I mean? From what I guess, it's kind of obviously it's an infection. You know what I mean? It causing discomfort and there's inflammation involved. But it's called pillow foot. I've never really heard of it until he contacted me. I went over there and we looked at the dog and did some more homework and stuff like that. He called his vet and described for her what was going on, and she said it right off top. She think it was pillow is what she called it, and I guess it's pillow foot. Has anyone ever had yeah, Dapper Trapper? I guess it's what's crazy about it is I guess it's more something that has we thought it was something like, okay, maybe there's something that the dog's stepping on in the backyard. We even thought maybe it was like, the people would put down salt and he's walking his dog in the salt or whatever. But I guess it has to do more with the immune system. which was crazy because obviously if you know me, I take well care of my dogs, and this is my buddy. So even if he isn't, over here I live with dogs, we try to make sure everyone's taking well care and good care of their dogs. So and his dog is very good, he takes very good care of his dog. So it was, it was surprising that it was something that yeah, 101. It's just and that was surprising to us because it was immune system. Because this is he's someone who feeds his dog well, does all the good stuff to keep the health up in the immune system. But I guess it's called it's called I mean, you know me, bro. You know what I'm saying. You know what I Oh yeah, you're spelling okay. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. I thought you were saying the way I was saying it, but I get it. But yeah. So yeah, that was surprising to us because it was. We thought, obviously you're gonna think it's something they're stepping on or something like that. But then you look more into it, it makes sense. But I guess it's yeah, it's something. When it came down to it, I guess it was more something that he was feeding the dog that was maybe allergies, but more than immune system because it could be allergies. So what he's gonna do now is watch what his dog eats more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all good, bro. Shout out to 101 Big Brody. Yeah, yeah. Um but yeah, I guess it has to do with more than immune system. So yeah, so what he's gonna do from now is watch what he feeds his dog because it could be caused by allergies, which makes sense because we all know when dogs, a lot of allergy symptoms is shown in the paws. So, like I said, that makes sense. So he's gonna watch what he feeds his dogs and try to figure out what it is because it could be one of the meats he's feeding his dog, one of the I I haven't really heard nothing about vegetables really messing up with dog, but I know there's dogs that like I have a dog that's allergic to all poultry. I mean, he can't eat, like for some reason. I don't know if it's the stuff they put in it, because a lot of this food is injected. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's actually the stuff they put in or whatever. But whatever, when he has, and he doesn't really get sick or throw up, or it just shows out in his skin and maybe not so much in his paws but in his skin more, but in his paws sometimes too. So I just don't feed him anything poultry no more, as far chicken, turkey. You guys know what poultry is, so you know what I mean. But yeah, pillow foot, man, that was something that was new to me. And again, I'm no world expert in dogs, so it's not like, oh, it's new to you, so it's, oh my god. But yeah, I do know a lot about dogs, you know what I mean? I'm gonna, to be honest, I do know a lot about dogs in general. And there's certain dogs, a lot of dogs that I'm still learning about and things like that. But yeah, pillow foot, you know what I mean? And 101 just said, like just said, it's immune system disease. And yeah, that was surprising me. It's immune system. So he's gonna watch what he feeds his dog from now on. But if I don't know if any of you guys had any experience of that, or experienced someone who experienced that, or with a dog or whatever it might be. Um, yeah, that was something where it was like, so I figured I talk about it here because again, it's Friday night, we talking anything and everything dog. So yeah, pillow foot was something that I recently dealt with, or had a friend that dealt with, and I helped them with it, and we're trying to figure out what's going on with that. So that was something. So yeah, if any of you guys ever um experienced a dog with pillow foot problems or anything like that, leave a comment, man. Leave a comment. And again, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. We just talking dogs over here. We love dogs over here. I live with life dogs. We do it all. We help with adoptions, trainings, breedings, transportation, all that good stuff. Let me put that up there. When we gonna get a one-on-one interview? Love all your stuff on the 101 net. Yeah, that's the one of an interview is coming up. It's coming up. Man. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him in here. I'm gonna get the bro in here. That's my bro. He's gonna have to. I'm his bro. We're gonna have to. He's gonna have to get in here, man. We're gonna get him in here, and obviously, you'll see the stuff. You'll see the stuff for when the dates, and we'll let it be known that we're gonna get 101 in here. But yeah, 101 definitely got to pull up. And anyone else? Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, appreciate it. Dapper Trapper 101. Appreciate both y'all, man. You guys, you guys already know I consider y'all part of my Patterdale family or just family in general, man. We family, we locked in. Let's get to it. Let's have fun in life. Let's have fun with these dogs. And yeah, I'm gonna definitely get 101 in here. They got, again, they're big guys in this game. As far as when I say this game, as far as those who know how heavy I love the Patterdale, and here at Living Life Dogs, we love dogs in general, all dogs, but of course, just being human, you're gonna have your favorites, and yeah, everyone knows Living Life Dogs that the Patterdale Terrier is definitely one of our top 3 favorites, and yeah, so that always comes in. No matter what I'm on, it could be Wednesday night Patterdale talk. It could be Friday night Patterdale talk. I mean Friday night dog talk. It could be Sunday morning. I just happen to hop on. The Patterdale is probably gonna come up, but that's what goes down here over here at Living Life Dogs, man. But at the same time, we love all dogs. We've helped with adoptions of Kanukus. I know a lot of people never heard of a Kanuku. Kanuku's basically a mutt street dog out of Aruba, yeah. Street dog out of Aruba, but yeah, they call them Kanukus, and a lot of people end up going to Aruba and end up adopting one, you know, as a puppy because they're cute and stuff like that, but they actually, as they get older, because they're street dogs and because their mentality and because their parents are probably street dogs, their grandparents, whatever, they at this point they're at generations of street dogs out there. So the dogs can get kind of wild. So we've had Canucos where people we work with, like Pet University, had Canucos, and they got kind of wild as they got older, where people just couldn't handle them as much. So, Pet Services, what was it? University Pet Services. Yeah, they ended up with a couple of Canucos, and we helped them adopt them dogs. And to be totally honest, one wasn't even able to get adopted. It ended up, just what should I say, just showing signs that it wasn't good for a home. If anything, it would need a dog man that had kennels out back and maybe figure out what to use it for. But yeah, it wasn't a dog that should go to a home, we should say. The other dog, and that was the male. There was 2 of them. There was a male and a female. The male wasn't so, just wasn't too good. And he's not and just to make this clear, because they're probably thinking, oh, well, they put the dog. No, he's still alive. He's just basically just chilling at my cousin's, at my cousin, not Keith, who know me. My other cousin ended up taking the dog because he trains dogs. So right now he just ended up training the dog. He's with and he's working with the University Pet Services with that dog, and they're trying to see what they could do before anything drastic. But the female Kanuku ended up getting adopted, and she's doing very well. But yeah, they're just mutts out of Aruba. And not to be rude and call them mutts or anything, but they're street dogs, but they do have after a while, they do have a certain look to them. You know what I mean? So yeah, we do it all here, man. So we just try to help with dogs in general. But yeah, let's talk some dogs. What's new? Anyone get a new pup? Anyone see anything new within their dog that they like, that they do like? Any new hunters? And if you're in here locked in, what kind of dog do you have? Comment in the chat. What kind of dog do you have on hand right now? Or if you're a trainer, what kind of dogs are you training right now? You know, if who knows? If you're a breeder, what kind of dogs are you breeding right now? We're just having fun with it. Let's talk dogs. You know, anything goes. Respect everyone's views, all that good stuff. See, I got my Christmas hat on still. I'm still in the vibes. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I know some of you guys might have seen the videos I've been sharing about with the Patterdales hunting, several different Patterdales hunting. You know what I mean? If you got any questions on those and want to, indulge on those, we could talk about those. But like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. We here to talk dogs, anything dogs. If you got any questions, you got a dog that's not feeling well, you got a dog that's, too hyper, you got a dog that's pissing in the house, you got a dog that's pissing in the cage. We talk about it all here, man. All questions get answered. It's all good. It's all love. It's Friday night, ain't nothing special right now going on. Just some free time. We having fun with it. Why not come and enjoy my Friday night with you guys? It's a good vibe. I got my Patterdale here with me. I got my Ledger with me. It's a doggy dog world, man. We just having fun. What's up with y'all? Don't be shy. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment. Got any questions? If you in the Frenchy world, the American Bully world, the American Bulldog world, Bull Terrier world, Chihuahua world, it don't matter. We talk about it all here at Live Your Life Dogs. As you guys know, we heavy in the hunting world, heavy in the bully world, the Terry world. That's in general, those two, you know what I'm saying? Lurchers. Got some friends with some Malinois. Got some friends with some very big, very nice presses. Got some friends with some Borables. Yeah, man. Maltese. My oldest daughter got what she got? Teacup something. So we do it all here. Quick 5C7 living life, man. Hey, shout out to you, Quick. Salute to Quick. Salute to Quick, man. Got a question. How many digs would you have to dig to consider breeding a pet? Do you mean consider that dog worth breeding? How many digs would you have to dig to consider breeding a pet? And I'm guessing does that mean you consider that dog good enough to breed? Like, okay, that's a dog you want to breed. Is that what you're asking, Dapper Trapper? And appreciate you. That's a good question. I just want to make sure I'm locked in and know what you're saying, bro. But yeah, how many? Let me get to it because I think that's what you're saying. How many digs would you have to dig to consider breeding a pet? I mean, again, you guys know I'm always saying when it comes to the pet, it comes to dog in general. Okay, yeah, yes, sir. In general, I'm no expert, but in my opinion, okay, I'll use the easiest way. To not offend no one or use anyone. My opinion. I have my dog, Sin. She's a female. She'll be about 2 years in April. I think I should breed her now. I've been told I should breed her. I should breed, not even if not now, I should breed her soon to get some pups out of her because in this hunting game, anything could happen. And I think before, I I got her around 4 or 5 months. As soon as I got her, I started training her, whether it was mice and stuff like that. And that really doesn't mean anything because a dog could do all that and then get into a hole and get bit by a coon or a groundhog and just back off, just cur, just don't want no smoke. Felt the bite and just over. But as far as my opinion, I would say I would see so there's dogs where it's like because you okay, so that dog does so good as a puppy that you see the potential and you think that dog's gonna do so well. So it's like I want to breed her. And then I've seen dogs that show more potential late, where it's like, okay, this dog's 3 years old now, and now she's showing full potential. So it's like kind of like I mean, as far as how many digs, I would say a good lease. I would say at least, and then it becomes a predicament too. Like some people, you got one dog, you might not be able to afford to buy another three. So your best bet is to have puppies with this dog and keep them puppies to have more workers. But I would say, what's a proven pat and would change for us? Okay, guess a better way of saying it. What's a proven pat and would it change for a stud or be rich? All right, my first thing I'm gonna say is that's opinion too, because I got people where they'll say a proven pat is a pat who's digging 4 times, 5 times, did his thing, and now we know this dog's proven it's gonna do his thing. I know people where they might say that be depending on what it's dug to, the size, where there's people that might say, oh, that's not enough for me. So a lot of that, and here I live with like dogs. Everyone has their opinion. It's all love. We're not judging you off your opinion. You're human. At the end of the day, we all love dogs. So it's all love. You know what I mean? But a lot of that comes down to opinion too, bro. Because I know people, there's people that start hunting their dogs as far as the Patterdale world. And I know this ain't Patterdale Wednesdays, but if this ain't Patterdale Wednesdays, but we're gonna always get into the Patterdale when it comes to living like dogs. But yeah, I know people who don't start really hunting their dogs to a year old, and I know people that start hunting their dogs at 6 months. So that person at 6 months might say, okay, that dog a person at 6 months, I should say, to them the dog might seem proven earlier, where a dog that they don't start working their dog for a year is proven later. But at the same time, come down to the proven thing. I would say for me, I would say a dog that worked 2 summers, really put in work, really showed that it's gonna take the bite. You know what I mean? And not work 2 summers and didn't get on no game. Work 2 summers and within those summers, it got on some game. It's somewhere with this game. It's down in the hole. It's showing that it's gonna, because at the same thing, you got a dog that might rat and it could do that all above ground. But I've seen dogs that might grab something above ground, but when it comes to really diving down and getting in them holes and getting down 10 feet in them holes, they don't want to do that. So, when it comes down to proving thing, I would say a dog that's shown that it's really willing to get down in the ground, hold, stay there. You know what I mean? And has done that at least, I would say at least, I don't know, six, seven times, 8 times, and 8 times. Let's say 8 times, and maybe. And again, that don't mean the dog. And again, you said for a stud or a bitch, so that might be something where it's like, okay, this dog thing did that, so that's something that I might want to breed because you was talking about breeding. So that might be something that I want to breed because it's showing good signs. That doesn't, for some people, that doesn't mean, even if it means that's something that I want to breed because it's showing good signs and I might get good puppies and stuff like that. That doesn't mean it's proven to some people. You know what I mean? So it's okay. It's good enough to breed, and I like what I'm seeing. So if I'm a good handler and I know what I could do with these dogs, I'm gonna breed this dog because I know I think I could get some good dogs out here that I could work to be great or to be good. But that doesn't mean that it's proven. That dog's proven. It's showing good signs. That's then. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean the dog's proven. To some people, and again, it's all opinion. It's all opinion. Unless you got certain rules where it's like, okay, there's a competition where there's rules where it's gotta do this, it's gotta do that, it's gotta do that, it's gotta do this, it gotta do that, or it's just point blank period. Then within that competition, that's the rules. But within a man, within a person, a lot of it comes down to that person. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Okay. If you're and see what I'm saying? If you're keeping it versus selling makes a difference, Emo, but I like to see 3 seasons before. All right. So okay, there you go. So one on one, someone who they like to see 3 seasons. So and again, I'm not talking for one-on-one, or I'm not saying none, you know what I mean, but he might have a dog where it's showing good within 2 seasons, so he's willing to breed it. But that doesn't mean that it's proven to him. That just means that he thinks that it has potential, and he thinks that the pups have potential, and he has a chance to breed it with, maybe if it's a female, maybe a stud, a male that has potential. So he's willing to breed it because he thinks there's potential there. But that doesn't back up. That doesn't mean the dog is still proven to him. He just thinks the dog has potential, so he's willing to breed it because he thinks the pups will have potential, or you know what I mean, or he hopes, or whatever you want to call it. And maybe the dog he bred it to is proven, or the dog he bred it to also has potential. So they're gonna see what their pups can do. You know what I mean? Maybe just a test. So that's the way that could happen too. But that doesn't mean to that person the dog is proven. You know what I mean? They just think the dog has potential. They got a chance to breed it with another dog who has potential. So we'll see what's up. And then later down the road, who knows? Both them dogs and all their pups might be proven. But you know, there's a difference between proven and willing to breed. Because there's and if you're in the dog world, there's dogs that and I mean any type of dog, whether it's show, whether it's hunting, whatever. There's dogs that and this is not something in breeders, people who breed a lot of dogs. There's dogs that you might have a dog where both his parents are good hunters. And I'm gonna just use hunters because that's what we do. You might have a dog where both his parents are good hunters. So they had 3 pups or 5 pups. You sold 4, keeping one, thinking this dog was the one that was gonna work. This dog don't work. It's a female dog. She don't work. She ain't thing. Okay, cool. You end up keeping her. You end up keeping her just because you might not want your bloodline out there like that. You end up keeping her. You end up having pups for her down the road. Just accident, who knows? Accident happened on the yard, or you just said, fuck it. I'm a breeder and see what if she gives off anything. And all her pups be game. You know what I mean? All her pups be hunters. There's dogs that I've seen people that they have, like I said, good. The grandparents are good. That one pup they kept don't really do shit. But for some reason, her offspring, her offspring do shit. Her offspring are good. So that happens too. So there's the breeding thing. A lot of things can happen when it comes to showing, what dogs can be bred, because there's dogs that it's like, damn, this dog sucks. She don't do nothing. And then an accident happened on the yard and all her pups do something. So it's like, now, damn, now I gotta keep her, or I should keep her, because she gives off good dogs. She just don't show it. But her dogs, her puppies, her litters, her offspring have it in them. So that happens too. Happy holidays, Tiz. You know what I mean? We talking dogs, bro. Back in the day, the standard was only breed to a male that can dispatch a fox in its own. So see, now we're talking different levels. Because okay, only breed to a male. Okay. So I was gonna say, so I have a female Patterdale. And I always use myself as an example. That's just the easiest way to not to offend anyone. She's about 10 pounds, 10 and a half. She's not really the size where you would really want to use her on fox. So if there's someone that says, oh, he said male. So, but if there's someone that says, oh, I want to only breed to a female that could do damage to a fox, my dog might not be the best, because I don't know how much a 10-pound Patterdale is doing to a fox. Is it hard to get a pat and an ABT? No. If you're a dog man, no. If you don't know what you're doing, very. It could be that's a good question. I like that question. It could be several things too, because okay, again, I'm gonna use myself for example. I have a Pat and I have a pit bull. Now my pit bull is not he's not grandparents on the mother's side. Papers got lost, a little while ago, so we don't really know what it is. But a friend gave him to me. It's all good, it's all love. He's a good dog, but he's not, but we know he's a pit, but we're not gonna get into all the pedigrees and stuff like that. But ABT with a Pat. So I have a Pat, I have ABT. They get along fine. The problem I would have is they would work together. The problem I would have is when I bring another dog into the loop that my pit bull doesn't know, would he be able to work with that dog? So if I just brought my dog out, my Patterdale and my pit bull, yes, they'll work fine together. But as soon as I bring another dog in the mix, now I would have to worry about my pit bull. Now, if you got a pit bull, I've been out with pit bulls that they don't worry about other dogs, they just hunt. I've been out with pit bulls where we have to watch the pit bull because they might just snatch another dog. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, in the hunting world, in the Patterdale world, in any hunting world, those dogs are really, it just happened to happen because I was some friends and we're doing. It's not really, but in reality, we don't want any aggressive dogs around when we're hunting. I don't have time to worry about your dog snatching my dog while my Patterdale's going into the ground for groundhog. You know what I mean? Or my lurchers or whatever is running for a coyote or chasing fox or coon, whatever the case might be. You know what I mean? It's just another problem. So and that's not just people, it could be, there's Patterdales. I know I have friends with Patterdales that are aggressive, that they can only bring that Patterdale out pretty much if they're going to check holes with that Patterdale, because that Patterdale will attack another Patterdale. You know what I mean? So it could be any type of dog, but yeah, we don't, as far as the hunting world, we don't really want to welcome any aggressive dogs at all. You know what I mean? Like, we're out here to hunt. We don't have time for dogs snatching up each other. You know what I mean? It's already bad enough a dog could get killed in reality. You know what I mean? Not to make it sound harsh, but in reality, a dog can get killed just hunting. So we don't have really time to worry about another dog killing another dog while we're hunting. You know what I mean? So dogs that are aggressive and probably, I mean, if you're someone who speaks up, like even me, I'm probably gonna tell you like lock your dog up, bro. Because we're out here to hunt. We don't really have time to and again, I've been with people where they have aggressive dogs and we just gotta watch them or whatever. But I also been people where they had aggressive dogs and things actually popped off. You know what I mean? Where I had to pull out my stick, you know what I mean, my brick stick and get a dog off another dog. And lucky I had mine, you know what I mean? And it was all like, okay, man, like we're here to hunt. We're not here to worry about two dogs you know, and snatching up each other. You know what I mean? So that's one thing as far as the hunting the world where it's like, yeah, you could get dogs, you could get pit bulls to definitely hunt with other dogs, but you know, you got to definitely get them socialized early, as you guys already know. You know what I mean? You guys definitely got to get them out early. Yeah, yeah, it was a yag. Yeah, bro, it is what it is. But definitely got to get them out there early and you know, um, get them socialized with other dogs. Get them around dogs. Get them around dogs hunting. Cause that's another thing. You know, when they stop hunting and they find game and that adrenaline stop pumping and you know, a dog that is aggressive towards another dog, his adrenaline might pumping and he turns into where he's just snatching anything close. You know what I mean? And that thing close might be another dog, might be someone else's dog, might be your other dog. You know what I mean? So just gotta watch out for those things. For sure. For sure. Yeah, appreciate you always, Dapper. Appreciate you always, man. Mr. Chat. I mean, you know, we just have fun with it, bro. Hop in the chat. Let's talk dogs. If you don't, you don't. Either way, we gonna have fun with our dogs like we always do, Dapper. We're gonna have fun like we always do. But again, if you locked in with us, you got any questions, put them in the chat, man. We here just talking dogs, having fun with it. No opinions. We don't judge here. Everyone got an opinion. That's all love here. Always. And if you know, that's the vibes I keep here always. There's no you know, extra, bias or no judgment and extra stuff. We just here to have fun and appreciate each other. We're all alive, having fun on YouTube. Why not? You got started dogs and finished dogs. So if he's done in 3 seasons, what separates a dog? What separates a good dog from a great dog? Again, Dapper Trapper. That's, you know me. I'm gonna always say it comes down to opinion. It's just like sports, just like cars. What you like is what you like. Your opinion is what your opinion. If you got a dog, if he's finished in 3 seasons, what separates a dog? I mean, if he's finished in 3 seasons, I mean, that's probably a dog that was doing his thing. You know what I mean? So that's gonna come into play, Dapper. You know what I mean? So if he say if he's finished in 3 seasons, where you mean finished to where like he just got banged up too much and stuff like that. If he got banged up too much, probably because he was about that. You know what I mean? Probably because he was about that. You know what I mean? Probably because he was about that life. So he got banged up because he was willing to go in them holes and grab something and just grab whatever. You know what I mean? But you know, you're right. 3 seasons is a long time. I know, you know, not real. I mean, again, it depends. Because there's people that start hunting their dogs at a year and a half. There's people that start hunting their dogs at 6 months. So 3 seasons for someone who starts hunting their dogs at 6 months is I would say what 3 years and a half. Someone that don't hunt their dogs to a year and a half, you're talking about 4 years, 4 years and a half. So it all comes down. What's the price range for a Patterdale? Price range for a Patterdale right now, about 500 to, and again, my opinion, and what I've been seeing, and and what I've noticed in the Patterdale world is about 500 to 1,500. In my opinion, my opinion, they're all. I'm gonna keep it 100 with everyone. My opinion, they're all worth at least 1,000 because of what they do, and depending on if you got a dog that's real proven and got titles and got the good pedigree, got titles, real proven, and all that. I think some of them could even raise to 2,000. But that's my opinion. There's a lot of people I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. There's a lot of people that think they're only worth 500. Period. There's a lot of people that think there's worth 1,000. There's a lot of people that think they're worth 1,500. There's a lot of people that agree with me that there's certain ones and certain bloodlines and certain, certain pups that might be from certain parents that they might be worth even 2,000. But I would say the average range for a Patterdale right now is about 500 to 15. You know what I'm saying? 500 to about 1,500 is the average right now. You know what I mean? But again, I think there's dogs worth more, but that's my opinion. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Quick fish, okay. What are some quality and traits you need in your Patterdale? As far as traits, I would say you definitely want the hunting traits. That's already in them. You definitely want the nose. You definitely want some mouth. And I don't know, traits, genetics, or whatever. You know what I mean? But you definitely want them showing that they're interested in pretty much anything on the ground moving. Like anything that's moving on the ground, like it could be like, you know what I mean? For me, I like them dogs where it's like, oh, there's a leaf moving, there's a bag moving, and they're just ready to snatch it up because they're like because they see it's on the ground. They see it on the ground glided. So it looks like something, something moving that I could snatch. You know what I mean? You definitely want this okay, we'll start with like groundhog. I would say if you're aiming towards groundhog when it comes to the Patterdale, personally, I would think my opinion is you want something like 10 to 12 pounds. Obviously shows the aggression, willing to just I would say or just shows that the whatever aggression just wants to go in the ground and engage. We definitely don't like the bay dogs. That's as far as the Patterdale world, that's just gonna sit there and bark because we don't need you to sit there and bark. We need you to go in the ground, snatch them up, and hold them so they can't go anywhere. So we could dig you out and it out, take care of it, and move on to the next one because these are groundhogs and coons and such things that are causing farmers and things like that a lot of money. So you definitely, as far as like, you definitely want a dog that's willing to go in there, willing to go in the ground and put in work. You definitely want a dog that got at least we always got a conversation on Wednesdays with the Patterdale Talk where it's bite or mouth. You definitely want a dog that really at the end of the day has both. You know what I mean? Whether you want more of one or more of the other, but really you want a dog that could, you got to be able to use your nose to find what's in these holes, and then you got to be able to use your mouth to hold it. So your owner, your partner, your teammate can come get you out the dirt and come get it out the dirt. So, you want these qualities as far as showing that interest, showing that I'm not scared to go where I gotta go to get where I gotta get. you obviously, like, again, as far as size, I think my opinion is, for when it comes to, if you're working a dog that's mostly groundhog, you're gonna want it 10 to 12 pounds. Not too big where it can't get in the holes, not too small where I can't not too small where it's gonna get, you know, bit up and wrap, can't a groundhog might shake it up. You know what I mean? Not too small. Then there's some, if you're dealing with brush piles or coon, you might want something that's, 13 and up. 13 and 17, and there's 16, and there's people dealing with badger. If you're dealing with a big badger, shit, you might want a Patterdale that's 18 pounds. You know what I mean? But as far as qualities, you definitely gonna want, in traits. Traits, you definitely want the nose. You definitely want the mouth. Definitely want them showing that they're willing to do what they got to do. They're not scared to get in these holes, because at the end of the day, they're earth dogs, earth work. So they're supposed to be willing to go down in these holes. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna just be honest, not to be but willing to go in these holes and die in these holes. They're gonna hold that. They're gonna hold that groundhog, and they're either gonna dispatch it and kill it, and that's the only reason why they might come out. And I know dogs that won't do that. They'll sit there and keep shaking the shit up while it's dead, and you got to get them out. You know what I mean? But either way, it's, you got to dig them out, or they're gonna die down there. You know what I mean? And that's, what I mean. That's what people want. People want that dog that's gonna go down there and do what it's got to do, and that's what the traits you. That's what all the traits and the qualities you're looking for, my man. That's the thing. 101. Been seeing a lot of yoke hunting with bulldogs. Looks like fun. Yeah. The problem is with the yotes and the bulldogs is that the bulldogs got to catch them. Like, if you're in them open fields and the coyote decides to run, the bulldogs, most bulldogs ain't fast enough to catch them. So bulldogs got to catch them. That's why a lot of people use them lurches and the greyhounds for the coyotes, as far as when they're in open fields and the coyotes got a lot of space to run. Now you got a bulldog that might find where them coyotes live and just might bum rush that. But yeah, for the most part, it'd be hard for them bulldogs to catch the coyotes, bro. You know that. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Hit the like button, man. And chat in the back screen. Why not? Shout out to, what's that? D187L. Shout out to y'all, man. I don't think a dog is done in 3 seasons. I just don't tend to breed them before 3 seasons, but some don't have a choice but to retire by depending on how they work. Yeah. Yeah. Now Dapper Trapper, as far as the not Dapper Trapper, 101 Kennels. And you're correct. And it's crazy, and we had this talk before, because that was one of my big things that I always was big on, is that I always waited till a dog was 3 to breed in general. But in the hunting world, it seems like if you have a dog that's showing good signs, it seemed that they breed a little earlier, just because you never know when something can happen to that dog. So it's kind of like I've been kind of in the middle of that as far as my own dog, where it's like I normally wait and usually wait 3 seasons till they're about 3 or older. You know what I mean? But in the hunting world, it seems like if you have a good dog, they breed them a little earlier, because anything could happen. So you don't want to wait till anything happens to you know what I mean, to be like, damn, I should have done that. I should have done this. You know what I mean? Type thing. But yeah. Pressure Kennel, come by with AKA Pressure. Yes, sir. Shout out to Pressure Kennels, man. Shout out to y'all. You know I be locked in with y'all, big dog. Yeah. You know, we over here, man, just talking dogs. Just talking dogs. Anything might come up. You know, anything that happens with me, the Patterdale is gonna come up. That's just where I'm at in my life. But yeah, we talking anything and everything dogs. Oh, hold up. What's that? Give me 1 sec with this. I'll let one of my dogs out back. Gotta bring him in real quick. 1 sec, 1 sec. Yes, sir. But yeah, man, we talking anything dogs. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to all. You know, getting close to that new year. Hey, we could talk about what y'all plan on doing in the new year too, with the dogs, of course. If you feel like, you know, if you getting something new, you plan on. I know a lot of people get new dogs in the spring. Obviously, we're not there yet, but you plan on getting something new in the spring. You breeding something. You hope to have your own pups in the spring. Anything dogs, man. We talking about it over here at Live Your Life Dogs. Much respect to everyone who locks in. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And yeah, we're just having fun with it. I got some of my peoples in here with me. 101, Dapper Trapper. You know, D187L. We got Quick in there. We got King in there. Oh yeah. Who else we got? We got Tiz in here. We just having fun tonight, man. Why not? Why not? Talking anything and everything dogs. I was talking with my boy the other day. We was talking about if we had hey, this might be something y'all want. If we had a whole bunch of land, what would be the dog we get to cover that land? So obviously we went into the shepherd world. What would be the shepherd y'all would get? What would be the shepherd y'all would get? Dapper Trapper 101, D187, Big L. Don't do that. What would be the what would be the dog y'all would get? You got a whole bunch of acres, you got a whole bunch of land, but you need, you know, there's wolves, there's coyotes. What would be the dog y'all would get? Leave it in the comments. And if you just locked in with us, you know, really lock in with us. Hop in the chat. Yep. Cover land for protection. What would be the dog you would get? Dapper Trapper. Appreciate you always, man. You always in the comments. That's why I love you, bro. Appreciate you. And we're gonna get up this summer and do some type of hunting together. We got to. We got to. But yeah, Dapper. What would be the dog you would get? And obviously we know there's a lot of dogs where it's like, oh, okay, they all good for it. But just the dog you like and the dog you would get, where it's like, okay, I just got a whole bunch of acres. I know I could get several dogs that might do the same thing, but I want this dog. And as far as me, hard to beat Malinois, huh? Yeah. They do it all. And they're fast. And they jump. And they're quick. Yeah. So okay, so that's good. See this, and this is why Fast and mean. Yep, definitely. And this is why I ask these questions because, to be honest with you, Dapper Trapper, the Malinois didn't come up. It was more like bigger dogs, and then the Borobo was mentioned, and then we got into kind of like, okay, but if it's too much space, the Borobo might not be fast enough and they get tired. So the shepherds came into play, where it's like that's what shepherds do. Shepherds are bred to cover ground and take care of a whole bunch of acres and stuff. Like, I mean, they say if you even want to get a shepherd, you should have a certain amount of land for them to just do their thing. And there's from what I heard, there's shepherds that might not come home for 2 days. They just out there, just out there. Obviously, that's someone who probably got a lot more than just one or two, 3, 4 acres. But so the Malinois never came into play too much, because probably because they're not, they're definitely known and good for protection dogs, but really not when it comes to land protection dogs. So I like that one. But at the end of the day, we know they could do it. Like you said, they're fast and mean. They're definitely gonna cover some ground. It's definitely gonna be Hardaway. Hardaway. Fade away, Hardaway, Houston, huh? I'm on a basketball thing tonight, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be hard for anyone to get away from a Malinois. We all know that. Yo. So I would say a Malinois. I mean, my honestly, mine was a Central Asian Shepherd, but that's also because I just like the look. I like the whole, I like the way they look. And at the end of the day, it was not the greatest pick, kind of easy pick for that job, but yeah, I mean, one day, man, when I do get some land, I hope to get a nice Central Asian Shepherd. I like the way they look. Obviously, what they're bred for. I need that type of land. I'm not just trying to get one and suffocate it and oh, you know, stay in the yard I got now. The yard I got now is good for, it's a yard. Certain type of dog. It's not really land. You know what I mean? So, but okay, we got Dapper Trappy. Yeah, yeah, they are. Yes, they are. So, I mean, those are but come on, bro. That's the top dog. Yeah, they badass too. What's that, PSI 700 or some shit? Huh? Let me see. PSI 743. Yeah, they're badass. That's the Kangol. That's the Kangol, man. They're badass. That's the shit. That's that's those that's supposed to be, and that's supposed to be the top dog in the dog world when it, you know what I mean? When it comes to power, strength, and all that. I mean, probably not agility. Obviously, probably definitely not, we already know agility and speed, no, but when it comes to that power and it comes to them, yeah. Quick. What we talking about quick? I would try ABT since that. What I have into it. Listen, ABT could do it all. We know that. Problem with the ABT as far as I would say is covering land is where the land's at, because they're obviously the ABT is not built for certain weather conditions, where there's something like the Kango and the Shepherd they could pretty much survive in any weather condition because their fur and all that good stuff and where they originate from. But yeah, AB we know, man. AB ain't nothing. There ain't nothing a pitbull can't do. In reality, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Now there might be dogs be able to do it better, depending on what we're talking about. There might be dogs that are faster. There might be dogs that are quicker. There might be dogs with okay, I was just talking about PSI. You know, there might be there's that obviously we know there's dogs with bigger higher PSIs like the Kango and stuff like that. Um or the Tosa and stuff like that. But yeah, as far as the Pitbull, yeah, Pitbulls can do it all. As far as the Pitbull, it would really come down to size of whatever's two things would come down to size when it comes to the Pitbull is size of whatever's coming through. You know what I mean? Like a wolf, obviously they're gonna take care of easy. Certain places, if you're, certain places, if it's, I mean, it's a coyote, my fault. If it's a coyote, people's gonna take care of it. If it's a certain size wolf, that's a different. Not saying the pitbull might not is gonna take care of it because it's a pitbull. We know pitbulls can do it all, but the pitbull might not make it home. You know what I mean? If it's a certain size wolf. That's where the Kangos come and stuff like that. But that's the only Pitbull the problem with. I mean, that's the only problem a Pitbull would be the weather and the size of the game. You know what I mean? That's why they use something like the Central Asian Shepherd or the Kango, where they're good in any weather and they're pretty much good with any game unless it's like them one-on-one with a polar bear or I mean, obviously not gonna be out there where a polar bear's at, and obviously maybe something like a big bear, but most of the time they're gonna treat a bear. The bear's gonna run off and run in the tree, or the bear's just gonna run off, and the good dog's not gonna chase it too long. They're gonna do their job and make sure it's not where it's supposed to be in the vicinity or whatever they're protecting. You know what I mean? That's another thing about pit bulls too is that um they'll attack. So that's the thing. Like when it comes to some shepherds, they know that okay, I'm standing here, it's staying there. I'm gonna bark, and I'm gonna keep barking here. But if it crossed this line, I'm gonna attack, and I'm gonna keep barking here until it crosses. But as long as it don't cross, I'm gonna keep barking here and wait for that wolf to run off. Where a pit bull will probably just attack the wolf. And if there's several wolves, while that one pit bull is attacking, where it's not gonna let go of the other wolf, where it's not gonna let go of that wolf, the other wolves will attack. Where more of a shepherd dog would know, I gotta bay and bark off all these several dogs. That's the thing about an ABT is where, or what I'm saying, the people where they're just gonna attack, and sometimes, you gotta know how to get wolves and coyotes away a certain way because they work in packs. Where a pit would just, I'm going for the kill first one I see. And that might be not the right thing because why it's taking care of this one wolf or this one coyote, the rest of the packs are taking care of the sheep. You know what I mean? So, unless but you could also train it to do right. You could also train it to the right way so it knows what it's doing. That's one thing about pit bulls. Also, you could also train them to do whatever, but some things are gonna take more training because they were the way they were bred. That's a weapon. That's a weapon, Dapper. 25% Malinois, 25% Kango, Game Dog. I mean, The health would be crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Live life dog. You talk about everything here. The health would be crazy. The structure might be. I mean, I'm I'm pretty sure that someone in the world got one. I'm not gonna doubt it. You know what? Humans are willing to, and humans will do anything. So someone in the world got one. I mean, that's damn. Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, maybe we should have ultimate dog night. Because that's definitely an ultimate dog. Maybe we should have ultimate dog night. That's definitely an ultimate dog. 25% mellow, 25% 50 band game. And we know when it comes to making anything a little better, they mix that game cookies. They mix that game in there. But yeah, that would take care of pretty much anything. I would think, bro. That would take care of pretty much anything. Yeah, you're covering a lot of grounds. Covering a lot of grounds. You're covering size, you're covering bite, you're covering a Kango that could cover a lot of grounds when it comes to the land. You're covering the pit where it's just I'm willing to do whatever. You're covering the Malinois where I'm just willing to do whatever. That's we might have to have an ultimate dog night because that would be one of them, bro. I would assume that dog could do whatever. You got you even protection as far as like, humans and yards and whatever. You got the Malinois in there. You got the Pipple in there. You got the Pipple in there for the aggression and just won't never give up ever. You got the Kango in there for the size, for the bite. I can handle any weather. You got the Malinois where I could sprint, jump up a wall, listen to my owner, do anything you want with pleasure. So, hey, that we might have to have ultimate dog night, bro. That dog would be what? How much? All right, Dapper Trapper and everyone else in here. He got 25% Malinois, 25% Kango, 50% game dog. How much would that dog weigh? Let me ask y'all this. How much would that dog weigh? You're going crazy. We'll get into that next. But right now, we're going to talk about this right now. How much would that dog weigh? 101, quick. Dapper Trapper. D18, 7L. King. Tess. Everyone's up in here. How much would that dog weigh? Quick, right now. Yep. Dapper Trapper, 85. Quick. 60 to 80. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. So we got the Malinois. We got the Malinois. 60 is what's Malinois? About 60 to 75 pounds. Shit. All right, so we got the Malinois, 60 to 75 pounds. We got the Kango, probably about what? 100, 140, 110. So we're gonna say, all right. So say we said it like this: we got the 25% Malinois, 20% Kango. That's so we got a mother who's 50% Malinois, 50% Kango. We got a father who's 100% Pitbull, game dog. So that would make the puppies 25% Malinois, 25% Kango, 50% American Pitbull Terrier. So we talking about 60, 130, and then 40. And we ain't gonna add up together. We just, because that would be crazy. We just yeah. Dapper Trapper said about 85. Quick, what's that? FC7 said about 60 to 80. Y'all both right there. I'm gonna go with I'm honestly, I would think we got the Malinois. I would think about I'm gonna rock with both of y'all, matter of fact. And I'm not just doing that just to just to make y'all both feel good. I'm gonna rock with both y'all. I would say about 75 to 85. See, but that Kango could bring it to that. I'm gonna do 75 to 90. Because a nice size Kango could get it up there. I'm gonna do 75 to 90, man. I'm gonna do 75 to 90 on that Malinois Kango game dog mix. Like, comment, subscribe, share. If you watch this video later while we're not live, same thing. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. You can get involved in this conversation. What would that weigh? 25% Malinois, 25% Kango, 50% game dog. What would you think that dog would weigh? And obviously, we know that dog would pretty much be able to do anything. Probably, I mean, depending, hope I don't, hopefully the Kango side kicking, a little bit more maybe, so it could survive in any weather. But that dog would be, like we were saying, I might have to do an ultimate dog night now because of Dapper Trapper put that in there. Because that's an ultimate dog right there. If you ask me, my opinion, that's an ultimate dog. 60 to 80. Yeah. You're right. But them, the right Kango could be 150. So you're still taking if we're talking about like what I said, if I'm gonna just use me as an example, like I always say, like I said, 75 to 90. You get a big, nice size Kango, it could bring in that 90. You get a nice size Kango, it could bring in that 90. My opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm no expert. This is shit. This is scientific shit now, but yeah. You get a nice size Kango. Say if you have a nice size anything, you have a Malinois that, it's a nice size Malinois 60. You got a nice size ABT male 45. You know what I'm saying? You got a not whatever about the genetic, the gender 45. Then you got a Kango that's 145. You might get to that. You might get to that 75, 90. But it is what it is, man. We just having fun with it we just having fun with it on a Friday night talking dogs, people. Just talking dogs, man. Anyone hop in the chat, man. It's all love. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Get yourself out there. We talking dogs. We having fun. No judgment. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. 85. Yeah, I agree. I would say about that. Like I said, 75 to 90. But yeah, 1-1. Yeah, bro. I would think about that size. That amount of dog should help bring the size down. Size 60. It's a lot of dog. Yeah, it's a lot of dog. It's a lot of dog for sure. But I mean, you got to figure you still bringing. You got the ABT a little small. You got but Malinois are what? You know what I mean? Then you got the Kangos. You could get Kangos. You could get Kangos that weigh 140, 180. So you get a Kango where it's like it's 50. That dog's 50% Kango, and that Kango costs not cost. That Kango weigh 130. Hey, that 130 is gonna kick in. That 130 gonna kick in. We talking about 35 hours. Boy, it was male or 65 Mayday, man. Hey. It's all your opinion, man. Dapper. It's all your opinion, Dapper. I don't know, man. It's all yeah. I ain't gonna get into it with you. I'm hip. I'm hip to what's going on. Cut it out, Dapper. Exactly. And you talking about what? What dog you talking about? D187L? Yes, sir. But it's living life dogs. We having fun. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah. 65. Shit. I ain't never seen no Kango 65, bro. Even a female. Yeah, from what I understand, female even females could weigh man, 85 and 90 up. I haven't heard of no Kangos, to be honest with you, bro, that be weighing no 65, bro. And this is all opinion, this is all experience. You might have a different experience, maybe, I don't know, but I ain't never seen no 65. Nah, bro, that's Kango. I don't know, bro. That Kango might have been small, or I don't know, but from what I understood, Kangos be like 85 and up. Yeah, bro, it had to be the breeder, or maybe he has some shit mixed in there. On a serious note, bro. Like I laugh and I joke. I'm laughing with you too, but at the same time, yeah, ain't no shit. Ain't no Kango supposed to be no 65, bro. I from what I understand, female is supposed to be 85 and more, and when I talk to people who got Kangos and stuff like that, they really ain't even trying to rock with a Kango that's under 100, bro. Like, like it's different, obviously, as a puppy, but if it's a full grown ogre, okay, I'm trying to get a puppy, and you got a male and a female. So I'm me, Patterdale Woodz. I'm trying to get a puppy from someone. They got a male and a female. The male's 140 and the female's 190. I mean, the female's 90. I might not. I might really holler at someone else. You know what I mean? I know people that it's like it's a Kango. It gotta be not 90, 80, I should say. Cause I know a guy who got a nice Kango that's 90. And that dog, it's only 90 because he works it. He does his thing working it out. You know what I mean? So it's 90 fit. But yeah. So I would say about, yeah, because from what I understand, Kango females ain't really supposed to be like their average is like 85 to like 140. And I'm not no expert in that. I'm just from what I can remember, 185 to 130. You know what I mean? 85 to 130, 85 to 140. So yeah, people that I know who got them, they, for the most part, it's 85 to 140. They're trying to get that female that's 100. You know what I mean? 100 pounds. But yeah. Yeah, I would say I would go with the me personally, if I'm trying to, get some, I'm definitely trying to get some where the male's big and the female's at least 100 pounds. You know what I mean, bro? Um, again, that's all opinion and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But let me see if I can pull up something. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. Let's see if I can pull up something more, a little bit more info on that. We can watch all together. But give me one sec. One sec. All right, we good. With that, but Chase, see, we saw big dogs, either route, game bred route, game bred chihuahuas, bro. I understand it's Christmas, a lot of magic happens and stuff like that, but game bred 50, yeah, you're gonna need about 50. You're gonna need about 50. You're gonna about 50, bro. Come on, bro. See all right. Yeah, subscribe to him. Let me show this. Let's see what this talking about. Cause and as we know, we just having fun with it Friday night. We're gonna see what this little video says. about the average weight size. But you know, this could be, hey, you know how this goes. This could be anyone just saying their opinion. But we're gonna see what they say. We're gonna see what it says, man. We having fun tonight.
The Kangal dog, also known as the Anatolian Shepherd dog, is a breed that originated in Turkey. These dogs have been used for centuries as livestock guardian dogs, known for their loyalty, strength, and protective nature. One of the most common questions that potential Kangal owners have is about their weight range. In this article, we will explore the average weight range for male Kangal dogs. The Kangal breed is known for its large size and impressive physique. Male Kangal dogs can grow to be quite hefty, with an average weight range of 100 to 145 pounds, 45 to 65 kilograms. However, it is important to note that individual dogs may fall outside this range. Some males may be lighter, while others may be heavier, depending on factors such as genetics, diet, and exercise. It is also worth mentioning that the Kangal breed is known for its slow maturation rate. Unlike some dog breeds that reach their full size within the first year, Kangals can continue growing and filling out until they are around 2 to 3 years old. This means that a young male Kangal may appear leaner and less massive compared to an adult male. In addition to weight, height is another factor that contributes to the overall appearance of a Kangal dog. On average, male Kangals can stand between 28 to 32 inches, 71 to 81 centimeters, at the shoulder. Their large frame, combined with their weight, gives them an imposing presence that is often revered. It is important to note that these weight and height ranges are general guidelines and may vary from one Kangal to another. Factors such as genetics, nutrition, and overall health can play a role in determining a dog's weight and size. Proper nutrition and exercise are crucial in maintaining a Kangal's healthy weight range. As responsible dog owners, it is our duty to ensure that our Kangal dogs are within a healthy weight range. Obesity can lead to various health issues, including joint problems, heart disease, and a shorter lifespan. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and regular vet checkups are essential to keeping our beloved Kangals healthy and happy. If you are considering adding a Kangal to your family, it is important to educate yourself about their specific needs and requirements. These dogs are not suitable for everyone due to their size, predatory instincts, and guardianship tendencies. Proper training and social.
All right, so yeah, that's a little bit on the size, and you know, who knows that you know, we all opinion here that might not be the most expert on it, but yeah, that's the Kangal size, man, and back to the how we got into the whole Kangal thing was Dapple Trapper said this, you know, 25. So we were trying to figure out the weight size of this dog and what you think the weight size of this dog would be. You know what I mean? And mine would be like my opinion was 75 to 90. You know what I mean? And that sounds just because that, you know, and could be more because I think depending on that Kangal size, that Kangal could kick in. I think that Kangal could kick in. You know what I mean? So 2 hours, but I had a buddy in school that, yeah. Hey, was he working them though? Whole bunch of lap dogs. What else we got going on? Yeah, exactly. His parents, his parents would just let them breed. Yeah, quick. I bet if you had a, you know what I mean, whole bunch of had a friend, a whole bunch of chihuahuas, pretty sure his parents were just letting them breed, just doing their thing. Just doing their thing, man. But yeah, let's live your life, dogs. Been on there about an hour and a half. It's Friday night. I just came in, you know, had some free time. Just came in to locking with y'all, talking to y'all. You know, we moving and grooving. We trying to get things going. And 2026 gonna be definitely a big year. We got a lot of things going on. Got a lot of content I'll be posting. I'm always posting the hunting content. I'll be posting the events. When it comes to any type of dog too, every type of dog, I'll be at a whole bunch of. Got a lot of friends with American Bullies. I'll be at a whole bunch of American Bully events. I'll be at a bunch of Frenchie events. Whatever, show dogs. Well, I'll be at a whole bunch of events. We're moving, grooving over here. Living life dogs. We got a lot of things going on. We're working with a lot of people. We got a lot of people coming up. Not coming up, but I should say, we got a lot of people that we're working with within the new year coming up. So yeah, we're doing good things. I appreciate everyone who been locking in with me for the last year. It's been a big year. We made a lot of moves this year. We're getting things going. David, what up, man? What up? Okay, Dapper Trapper, you don't want to leave yet. So let's talk about this question. Cause shit, let's get into this question before we get up out of here, man. So the question would be, if you bred a 55 pound Malinois to a Kango bitch, how much would the female weigh? What you mean? To get that 90? Here you go, Dapper. Appreciate you, Dapper Trapper. Always tapped in with me, always logged in with me, always locked in with me, always in the chat, always keeping things going. And bro, you know how this go. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it for real, in a real way. In a real way. Cause you keep things going. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Salute to you, bro. We're gonna get up soon. We're gonna link up. We gotta link up and talk. Not just on this live, bro. So we all know the same guys. So let's link up, bro, in a real way. Cause actually, bro, yeah, let's link up, bro. I want to talk to you about some things, man. I think, and I could be wrong, but from what I see, I think you locked in and ready to make some noise and ready to do some things maybe that I'm trying to do. So we might be able to do some things together, Dapper. So let's lock in, man. Let's lock in. Again, we know some people where you know that I know that. So let's get each other's contacts and let's lock in, Dapper. Cause I actually now that I think about it, I want to talk to you about some things that maybe we can help each other with. And yeah, hit me up on Facebook, bro. Yep. Hit me up on Facebook, bro. Cause I got some yeah. Even this live, man, I might want to get you on in, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Do some hosting with me, bro. Let's get to it, man. We're gonna talk about some things, so hit me up, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I got some yeah, I got a lot of things going, and I can't do it all by myself. So let's talk, Dapper. But yeah, back to this live your life dogs Friday night talks. We talking everything and anything dog. I was about to get up out of here, but yeah, I just found some new energy. What we talking about? We can talk about anything dogs, man. What you got? What you got? You got a dog where you want to hunt and the nose ain't working right, or you having trouble getting the nose right. You got a dog where you're trying to figure out how to work them all right. I know one of the questions I've been getting a lot is the treadmill. If you know me, my dogs are heavy on the treadmill. If you got a dog where it's like you're trying to figure out how to get him on that treadmill, talk to me. Because I had dogs where I had several dogs where they were giving me trouble on the treadmill. They were giving me trouble maybe on the slat mill. I done built a couple carpet mills that I built myself, and I had dogs that got straight to work. I had dogs that had trouble on them. So we can talk about anything, dog. Talk about health. Um, when it comes to the feeding, the raw, the kibble, I'm involved in it all. I know, I keep a lot of notes. I keep you know, I keep a lot of notes. I know what's good for your dog. I know what's bad for your dog. I know what can give your dog more muscle protein. I can give you, we get into it all. It's living like dogs. We get into it all. And it doesn't matter. It could be a Chihuahua. It could be a pit bull with one leg. It could be a Patterdale with no legs. It could be, we talking anything dogs. We love dogs here. We always trying to help in the dog world. We help with adoptions. We help with feedings. We help with training. We help with hunting. We help with hey, whatever it is. If we can help, we help when it comes to this dog world. We love all dogs. Come here and talk about your Chihuahua. You could come here and talk about your Great Dane. Biggest to smallest. You know what I mean? You could come here and talk about your Saint Bernard, your Kango. You come here and talk about your Maltese and your teacup. It's all love here. I live your life, dogs. This is what we do. We talk dogs. So what's up? It's Friday night, 10:09. We talking dogs. I got Dapper Trapper in here with me. I got David. I got Quick. I got D187L. We just in here talk. I got 101. Shout out to 101. Shout out to 101. If you know, we heavy in the Patterdale world over here. And hey, shout out to 101. That's my Brody over there. Me and him got a lot of things going on, a lot of things coming up, man. A lot of things coming up. Whether we both know it or not, we got work to do. We got work to do. Before you hunt, what you recommend the day before? As far as your dog, and as far as okay, that's a good question. And I like that question. In this dog, and not this dog, I am a dog, but this question goes for both. As far as the whole team, the dog and the handler, the dog and the owner, the dog, good rest and good eats. Make sure your dog eat good, preferably in the morning. You don't wanna, because we're going hunting early in the morning. So if we're going hunting early in the morning, Friday, my opinion, and I'm no hunting expert. My opinion is if you feed your dog. So if we're going hunting Friday morning early, my opinion is you feed your dog Thursday morning. You know what I mean? Thursday morning. So he's well digested. If you're feeding your dog good, which you should be, he's taking in all them vitamins, he's taking in all them nutrients, and he's ready to go the next morning. Then you go hunt the next morning. And when he's done hunting, you take care of your dog, wash him up, make sure he's good. If he's a Patterdale, in the dirt, you're going to put the eye stuff in him, make sure his eyes clears out, wash him out good. Then you're going to let him rest a little. Then you're going to give him some food and water. So my opinion and what I do is if I know if I'm going hunting Saturday morning, Friday morning, I'm going to feed my dog good, let him take all that in. Then Saturday morning, we're going to go hunting. And as far as the owner, the handler, you should be doing the same, taking care of your health. You eat good. Make sure you get some good rest. You going out early the next morning. You're gonna have to dig as far as your Patterdale. You're gonna have to shoot if you're hunting deer. You're gonna whatever your case might be. You're hunting boar with your dogs. You're gonna have to make sure you're on point. So you get your good eats in and get yourself some rest. You know what I mean? That would be, you know what I mean, as far as that's, you know what I mean. Make sure they're good at it and get yourself right. Get everything right. We ready to go. We ready to go. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get the hunting. That's what we do. Let's get the hunting, baby. Woo! I can't wait. Do I ever take water away from? Nah. I might take food away from, to be honest with you. You know, some people I might take food away from. But me personally, I don't take water away from. And I'm assuming you mean, bro. Um, I'm assuming you mean um water take from like not giving them water. Or am I mistaken? Because this, depending on, again, everything, depending on who you're talking to means different things. So do you mean do you mean like I water right before the hunt? Yeah. I mean, I give them water. I mean, me personally, I just give my dogs water. I'm gonna give them water. Like I said, I might not feed them. Okay, so if we're going hunting Friday night, I'm gonna feed them Friday. I'm gonna feed them Thursday morning, and we're gonna go hunting Friday morning. But I'm gonna still throughout. I'm gonna still give them water. Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna. Last time I'm gonna feed them before we go hunting Friday morning is Thursday morning. But I'm gonna still give them water, and then throughout the hunt before we go hunting, I'm gonna give them water. After we go hunting, obviously I'm gonna give them water. You know what I mean? And I give them water. I don't never take. I don't never take water away. Me personally. My opinion. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I've hunted with my dog, my Patterdale, and I give her water right before. You know what I mean? I don't know how it's really gonna hurt her. Or hurting your dog. You know what I mean? You're just hydrating them. Make sure they're not dehydrated before they go hunting. I don't see how that would calm. I mean, not calm, would cause any harm in any way. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Definitely give your dog water all the time. And David, yeah, we're gonna talk, bro. We locked in. We're gonna talk. We locked in. We're gonna make sure we got things right for when you come out. So yeah, everything gonna be good, bro. And as far as me, yeah. All right. So what exercise do you train the nose? As far as nose, I mean it all. As far as okay, so exercise in general, as far as what I've done in my experience of what I've learned, as far as you could just so you could buy something like if you want your dog to be like, you want them to attract them to deer, you buy the deer lure spray. You just put it on something fuzzy or whatever the case might be. And what I do, I would spray something, even if it's like a rag. But if you really want to get them to that, buy like a deer hide. Get the deer lure. Spray it on there. Not nothing crazy, you just squirt it on there. Bring it out somewhere, drag it, and for younger dog, you bring your dog close to where you started at. So, and then you drag it and you hide it, and you see if that dog could follow its nose to see, okay, it's been dragged this way. But the thing is, we're dragging it, but we're really trying to get them the sense of actually of animal walk. You know what I mean? So you bring them over there, I don't know, 50 yards over this way, and there's a whole bunch of, like you want to make something where there's not like a maze, but you don't want to make it just a straight shot. You know what I mean? It got to be a little movement. Oh, you got to go around this, something like this, some maybe like a rodent or a critter or something like a coon or whatever you're trying to catch might move. They're not gonna just move probably in a straight shot. They're probably gonna run along the edge of this fence line. You know what I mean? So cool. Even like a rag. You know what I mean? But you could get some fur or something like that to make it more legit or seem more legit to the animal. So you spray up the rag or whatever. Got some raccoon or coyote, whatever. Lure. Spray it on there. Now you drag it, put it where you want, drag it, whatever. Hide it. You grab your dog, you're gonna bring him in that area. As far as let's say if it's a puppy, you're gonna bring him in that area where you started at and see if you can follow. Some dogs might not get it at first. You gotta kind of work with them. Some dogs might just go into it. Some dogs just suck. They just ain't gonna do it. But you sprayed up the rag. You got some coyote lure. You got some coon lure. Spray up the rag. You drag the rag. You're trying to have your dog follow it. And you just keep doing that over and over again. And you switch the places and you switch where you're at. You know what I mean? And you switch where you're leaving that rag, you're leaving that fur. And then sooner or later, you got to bring your dog out, plain and simple, to catch some real game. But to exercise the nose and train the nose, that's what you should do. Grab a rag. My personal opinion, go online. Grab some liquid, or they got liquids. It might be called raccoon lure or whatever it is. Spray it on a rag. Even better, get raccoon hide if you want your dog to track down raccoon. Get raccoon hide. And then get the raccoon lure spray. Spray it on the hide. Bring it over there. Have it, move it around, drag it, put it somewhere so your dog can track it, and just keep doing that over again. You know what I mean? If your dog's a tracking dog, most of the time it's probably just gonna catch on and do its thing. And it could be a tracking dog and it just might really just not have that nose. But that's what I would do as far as exercising the nose. But it's gotta be what you wanna now, if you got a dog where it's like, oh, you just want to train for everything, I would suggest getting a rag and getting them lure senses for everything. Coyote, coon, coyote, you could find it. You know what I mean? Somewhere online you could find it. You know what I mean? So like me personally, I have my 10-pound Patterdale. I'm not gonna train her to really go after coyote, obviously. I'm not gonna really train her. She's so turned on now that way and I've had her on coon. But what I've realized in the last year and a half and stuff like that, she's more of a groundhog dog because of her size. There's certain coon that she could run into that could actually be a huge problem. You know what I mean? That could actually do some real damage to her because she's only about 10 and a half pounds. You know what I mean? So, and that's also because I work, I run a lot. She would probably hit about 12 if I didn't work her out. You know what I mean? Where she was just home eating. You know what I mean? Sitting in the cage, sitting on my lap, sitting with my kids, just playing around, whatever, eating. But her being a 12-pound dog, I'm not really gonna train her to go after coon and anything bigger. You know what I mean? Because she's really what I like doing, me personally, is like digging for the groundhog. And I like that's what she's for, and that's what I got her for, to do earth work. So I'm not upset about it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I keep her in shape so much and I work her up so much she can get busy with a nice sized coon. You know what I mean? That coon might say, damn, this little dog's strong. Yeah, she is, because I put the effort into her, I put the health into her, I put the food in her, I put the energy into her to make her that way. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to. But now I also have a lurcher, where lurchers can chase down coyote. Lurchers can obviously kill a coon. Lurchers can obviously kill a coyote. I know lurchers that kill deer. You know what I mean? So with the lurcher, she is someone where I do have the coon lure, I do have the coyote lure, that's what I'm gonna use. Same thing with her. I'm gonna use a rag. Da-da-da. Only difference is it's gonna be a different scent, because I got her to watch my Patterdale's back. So my Patterdale, I do a lot of free casting, if you know what that is. So I send my Patterdale, she might go out, but I have my lurcher now that could follow her and show me where she went and show me where she's at. You know what I mean? But it's all love, man. It's all love for the hunting game and what you got to do to make it happen. When I say it's all love, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So we having fun with it. I got you quick. Yes, sir. I got you, bro. Mason said possums. Yeah, mate. Possums are a good. Hey, shout out to Mason. Um, I appreciate you so much. I talk to Mason all the time. That's my guy. Hey, sir, appreciate you. You already know what it is between me and you. Um, yeah, possums are a good starter because they don't really fight back. They play dead. But again, there's some people it depends. I know people that have patterdales that 6, 7, 8 months where they want them to do something that's gonna fight back. Then I know people that they wait a year. They made a year and a half where all these people that might be have a patterdale that's 8 months, and they'll let it out on a possum because they know possum play dead, and for some reason they decide to just let themselves get killed. But another person might have a dog, and that same person might let it on a possum, but they won't let it on the coon. I know another person that might have a dog that's 8 months and they'll let it go on a coon. You know what I mean? So it's all, again, man. A lot of it, that's one thing in life. People argue, people fight, people get into things when 90% of the time it's probably just opinion. It's probably just what you like. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, some people my opinion, possum is a good starter. But you probably could get a street rat that might bite your dog back more than a possum. So there's people that say, "Oh, I don't like I ain't seeing nothing from the dog until it gets bit back." So if you got a dog that's where it's like, okay, it killed 3 possums, but it might have not got bit back. And the reason why you want to see that is because a dog that gets bit back and keep going, showing that it's willing to get bit and keep going. Plain, I mean, it's not really that. I'm willing to take the hit. I'm willing to take the bite. I'm willing to keep going. I'm here to fight. You know what I mean? So, um, a possum is a good starter, but You know, there's people that believe they're not. There's people that and I've seen rats that literally give you a dog more bite and more fight than a possum. But at the same time, if I get a new pup tomorrow, yes, I would hope if I put a cage out, it's like damn, I would like to get a possum real quick just to put them on there and get it started. So yes, a possum is a good starter. Possum is a good start. What was Simpson's favorite at first? Um, Simpson is my dog. If for you don't know, that's my Patterdale Terrier. I put a lot of work into her, a lot of time, a lot of energy. She's doing great. She and we and Simpson is just my dog that I love and hunt. But Dave, what you mean? What what was Simpson's favorite at first? What do you mean her favorite at first? What do you mean her favorites at first, though, bro? What was her favorite game? I'm all right. So okay. What did I start her on? So right, I went and got Simpson. I brought her home. Soon as I brought her home, she was probably about she's probably about 3 months. She's probably about 4 months. Brought her home. Went straight to the pet shop. Got some mice. She killed all them shits quick. Turned around. At first, she was whatever. What's this? What's this? She killed it. Got a couple. Went to the pet shop. Got some rats. She killed it. Um, Brought her out to Shout out to Biggs. Love you, Biggs. You already know, big bro. You know we cut up forever, cut up for life. You already know how we do. But brought out to New York with my bro Briggs. We got on some groundhog. She did her thing. Went in. Um, and she showed as far as like the intensity. So as far as sin, right? I would say I started her on mice when she was about 4 months. So excuse me. Um, so as far as the answer to that question, what I started on, I started around 4 months. Started grabbed up some mice, got up some rats. So, but you know, not street. There's a difference between some of them rats you get out the pet store. They don't even know really to run yet. They might just sit there. The ones she got, yeah, a couple of them, they just was walking on some mouse stuff. Street rats will bounce and bite your ass back. They're willing to fight some of them. So, but that being said, we'll get on to them. Like I was saying, what's your favorite game? Okay. As far as her favorite game, I done put her on everything except like as far as what I can catch. You know what I mean? And if I could put on other stuff, I would, but obviously I wouldn't really honestly I wouldn't put on a badger. A badger's too big. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what she caught, it's far as what she caught as far as after I turned her on and what I seen she's more like just wants is the groundhog. And that's probably because at the end of the day, she was bred for the earth. You know what I mean? And that's not maybe I don't think that's really something I did or whatever. That's me. That's just her being bred for the earthwork. You know what I mean? So naturally she has more fun with that. But yeah, that's That's probably like, and I had her on Coon. We put her on brush piles and all that, but I think as far as her energy and as far as what she shows in her, in her demeanor, in her body and how her body reacts, it would probably be more like right now she likes really like going underground, doing that earthwork. She definitely loves going underground. You know what I mean? So she gets stiff, shows that stiff tail, and I'm starting to notice, you know what I mean? And she hasn't really missed. If she's hit a hole and liked the hole, if she didn't like a hole, we just move on. Every hole that she liked so far, something has been in there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, as far as right now, it seems like her favorite game is Groundhog. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's what I aimed mostly um for using her, because of her size and because of her breed. I mean, that's what the Patterdale is bred for, is earthwork. So that's what I do with her, earthwork. You know what I mean? But yeah, David, man, we're gonna talk, bro. You can hit me up anytime. Um, yeah, we've been on here what, about 2 hours, and it was crazy. I just came in to vibe with y'all real quick, but it ended up being 2 hours. I appreciate y'all. Live your life, dogs. We love all dogs. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. We'll be here Wednesday, talking about the Patterdale. And I know, we got into a lot of the Patterdale tonight, but that's just something that's just naturally gonna happen when it comes to living life dogs, because I love the Patterdale so much. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys for coming through. Um Merry Christmas, happy days to everyone, happy holidays to everyone. Yeah, man, take care of your dog, have fun with your dog, keep hunting if you're hunting. Hey, if it's a lap dog, it is what it is, man. Love, we love all dogs over here, man. Live your life, dogs. We out. Have a good one. Peace. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays again. Appreciate y'all for locking in with me. Means a lot.